OEFD squad, or dog squad as some of you have been referring to it on Twitter. Weird, but I encourage it, and welcome back to the Euro Roundup where you pick our winners and losers. Talking of backs, Patrick van Straten is back in the building, the man who put his back out, and I could not be happier.
Thanks.
I've missed you, bro.
Cheers.
And your wild beard. How have you been? How are you feeling?
My beard's out of control. I feel terrible, but better than I did last week. So there you go.
There you go. Glass half empty. Twitter beef is our first section, and this week's comes from Luis Miguel Porrera, who said to us, "Why do you talk about the Eredivisie but don't talk about the Portuguese league?" What I like about this is he's being quite reasonable, as in, why are you talking about a league that's probably on par with Liga NOS and not the Liga NOS, which has a phenomenal name?
I mean, what he's misunderstood is that we've decided to talk about one league we don't care about, which is the Eredivisie. Why would we talk about two leagues we don't care about and also talk about the Portuguese league? However,
equal amounts of care.
The Portuguese league is a little bit more exciting than the Eredivisie this season because at the moment, it's pretty much impossible to pick a winner for winners and losers or for Euro Roundup.
Yes.
Like Porto, Benfica, Sporting are winning relentlessly. Braga won as well this weekend. There are only 9 points separating first and fourth. Now Porto and Boavista was probably the best game this weekend. The Dragons ran out 2-0 winners. Felipe got his third goal of the season. He's a centre-back, so pretty impressive stuff from him. He had 2 shots on the day, which is actually 2 more than Yassine Brahimi, who's been in pretty erratic form lately. Given that, I remember a couple of seasons ago, he was meant to be the next big thing coming out of the Liga NOS. Now he's just a thing in the Liga NOS. Like, no one cares about him. Though, if you want to see some exciting content about the Portuguese league, then check out Scout Report, which will go out later this week, where Bruno Fernandes of Sporting will be covered. Interesting times.
Seamless.
Hector Herrera, though, got the second goal in that Porto game. Obviously, he's having a decent season, except on the scoring end. That was only his second, and it was an awful bit of goalkeeping from Wagner. They gifted it to him. But the real thing that we want to highlight with Porto is their defence. They have the joint second best defence in Europe. They've only conceded 14 goals all season. That's the same as Atletico Madrid. That is absolutely outrageous.
Yeah, and I'm going to do the best of the rest. Might have a panic attack halfway through. This had a very large coffee prior, so if I just get up and leave, please carry on.
I might do that.
Elsewhere, Benfica pumped Firenze. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Apparently so. It was only 0-2 to the Eagles, but they actually had 23 shots in comparison to the hosts' 4, and they also hit the woodwork 3 times. Now, the home side did have a man sent off, but that was in the 86th minute, and the damage had been done by then. By a substitute, no less, Raul Jimenez. And his season looks a little something like this, Patrick van Straten. 1 start, 4 goals, 4 assists, with 25 substitute appearances. So he is very much a super sub at the moment. Got a goal and an assist in this game. His first goal, well, his only goal of the game, was somewhat fortunate with his first effort sort of cannoning off the defender. But still a decent finish from a tight angle. Rafa, someone else who doesn't play that often for Benfica, added gloss to the result with only his second of the season in 7 appearances, I believe. It's quite surprised that Benfica's usual hitman, Jonas, did not get on the score sheet. He's got 31 goals in 27 starts this season. But the state of the Firenze defending for that second goal, totally redefining what a high line is. I think there's a back 3 playing 15 yards into the Benfica half.
Yeah, not far from the edge
for
of the
a
box.
Firenze corner, I believe. And Sporting versus Rio Ave is going to complete our summation of the top 3. Pretty much a walkover as well. The away side only registered 1 effort on target to CP's 7. And there's no points for guessing who was among the goals. Bas Dost at it again with his 23rd in just 22 starts, grabbing an assist in this game as well. Only his 2nd of the season on that front for Gelson Martins. Now, stat of the week comes from Liga NOS. So what a way to finish the show. Not the show, the section. Sporting's win ratio with Bas Dost, 80%. Without him, 50%. Crux. What's it called? Clutch player. No, don't game anymore. Actually, I do. My gamer tag's on screen now. No, don't do it.
Our first winners this week are both Milan clubs. This comes from @Ali Abdu and @Guna JHH. Camel, take it away.
Getting your money's worth this week. That's 2 sections and 5 teams. I'm going to boot us off with Inter Milan, who slapped Sampdoria about 5-0 in their highest scoring match of the season. Goals came from Mauro Icardi, who netted 4.
That's
Everyone's scored 4 this weekend, haven't they? Ronaldo, Salah, who I think we're doing on Winners and Losers, so go and watch that after this. And Ivan Perisic rounded off the scoring. Mauro Icardi scored a hat-trick in 14 minutes. It was his 6th hat-trick in Serie A league high since his debut in 2012-2013. Good, isn't it?
When he was like 18.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not bad.
Fine.
He now has 100 goals in 172 appearances in all competitions, which, again, pretty good. The Argentine took 6 shots on the day, put 4 on target, scored 4 goals, had 14 touches, and get this, completed just 4 passes. He completed as many passes as he did score goals. That is also pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
You should probably do AC Milan.
Yeah, let's move on. AC Milan came back from 2-1 down to beat Chievo 3-2 at home. Now, they dominated this match. They had 72% possession, took 19 shots to Chievo's 6, and put 6 on target to Chievo's 2, with both of the Verona's side shots on target going in. So, not actually been a great week for Gianluigi Donnarumma, who also had an absolute shocker against Arsenal in the Europa League. Hakan Çalhanoğlu continued his good form, though, from European competition, scored for the 2nd game in a row. That's the first time he's done so since moving to Milan. And Suso, who'd had a very quiet night in the Europa League, back at his best. He was probably Milan's most dangerous player on the night. Highest pass completion on the pitch, 94%. That's absolutely outstanding for an attacking player. Attempted 10 dribbles, completed 6 of them, and had the 2nd most touches out of anyone, which really shows the positions that Milan had the ball in. It wasn't just kind of deep possession, they were getting it up the pitch, their danger men. Chievo went ahead with goals from Roberto Inglese, Bobby English, and Stepinski, but Patrick Cutrone, the youngster, levelled it up, and substitute Andre Silva scored the winner for Milan.
That's in there, Andre.
Yeah, finally. Is that his first goal in Serie A? His 2nd goal in Serie A? No, he's had it rough, man. Anyway, Milan have now won 5 Serie A games in a row for the first time since April 2014.
Do you know what I liked best about that section? How you went a little bit Bane at the start of it, and then powered through.
I couldn't breathe very well.
Professionalism, back at its best.
It's not good.
First loser is Bayern Munich, and it comes from Gaz Bates, which is odd, because he sounds like the landlord at a rundown English pub that sells Carling for £2.50 a pint.
Nobby's nuts, get those down, yeah.
Maybe.
What will you have for the lady?
Maybe he's a refined guy, and this is totally unfair.
I'd love it if he was.
Gaz, let us know if you're one of those.
You're a sort of bow-tie, double-breasted jacket kind of bloke.
Anyway.
Bayern Munich, RB Leipzig. Bayern lost 1-0 away.
Get in, finally.
No, they didn't. They lost 2-1 away.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Bayern lost 2-1 on the road against RB Leipzig. They actually went 1-0 up early doors, 12 minutes in, thanks to Sandro Wagner, but still contrived to lose their first game in 19 in all competitions. Last time they lost 25th of November, 2-1 away at Borussia Mönchengladbach. Now, obviously, as usual, had the lion's share of possession, 61%, but they only had 9 shots compared to Leipzig's 16.
Don't see that very often.
I don't think they'll really give a I mean, in this game, they played Juan Bernat on the left wing, they played Sebastian Rudy, who was shocking, they obviously played Sandro Wagner, and they remained 17 points clear at the top of the Bundesliga. So perhaps what we're witnessing here is Jupp Heynckes doing what he does so well and conserving the key elements of his squad for a deep run in the Champions League.
Yeah, Bayern could lose the next 5 games and literally not give a schnitzel. But luckily for RB Leipzig, their team are putting together some impressive momentum at the business end of the season, having dispatched of Napoli in the Europa League. Now, they've beat Bayern for the first time in their history, and they executed Hasenhüttl's game plan to perfection. The high press was there, the long diagonal balls were there, where they don't necessarily win the first ball, Pato, but they press that space expertly, winning those second balls and those individual battles out wide. Now, Timo Werner came on in this game to score the winning goal, he had a pretty weird 73 minutes. Came on and came off towards the end of the game, owing to injury, I believe. Naby Keita getting on the score sheet too. His impressive numbers continue to rack up. A little bit off the pace in comparison to last season, but he was still brilliant in this game, and Leipzig probably deserved more than the 2 goals. Had 6 efforts on target in comparison to Bayern's measly 2. And it's not often you see Bayern have such a poor return. But the home side missed a lot of chances. Werner had 6 attempts on goal in 73 minutes, which is pretty impressive numbers, isn't it? Poulsen had 5 shots, and Keita had 4 key passes on the night. Not bad for a box-to-box midfielder. In contrast, Sandro Wagner had just 2 attempts on goal, albeit with a very good conversion rate, and Mats Hummels had 3. So, don't know what he was doing, probably from a lot of set pieces. Leipzig are now 6th, only 2 points away from a Champions League berth, and will be confident heading into the Europa League quarter-finals against Marseille, owing to this upturn in form. How far do you think they can go in that competition? Let us know in the comments below.
Our next winner is Sip Ilic. Now, we've put him in because we wanted to cover some teams this week that we don't normally give the right attention to. And frankly, he had an absolutely outrageous weekend.
He did, although Atlanta fans, some of them, the dickheads, were racially abusing Bats again, Michy Batshuayi in the Europa League tie. So while we want to bring, attention to Atlanta's impressive form, and Ilicic's especially, we would also like to take a moment to say, get to those who are seemingly still stuck in the Stone Ages. Wasn't in the script, went off piece there, but here we go. Atalanta beat Verona 5-0 away from home to keep alive hopes of a 2nd consecutive season in the Europa League. Ilicic bagged a hat-trick, taking 11 shots on the day, getting 6 on target, meaning he got more efforts on target than all of the other 21 players on the pitch put together, which is not bad, is it? That's what you call decisive. Also created a chance and completed 5 dribbles in an all-action performance as Atalanta equalled the biggest away win in Serie A this season. I believe Hellas Verona were also on the end of the other highest tally, which was potentially Inter Milan.
Yeah, I think it was.
So Hellas Verona, when they get beat, sometimes it's very convincingly. 30-year-old Ilicic joined from Fiorentina for €5.5 million last summer and has hit 10 in 27 games in the league so far. He needs just 3 more to equal his best ever campaign. The man is on fire.
Yeah, and he's doing a great job creatively as well. He's got 7 assists, which is the 8th best tally in Serie A. He's level with Pjanic and Nainggolan on 7. And across the Europa League and Serie A, he's contributed to a goal or assist every 97 minutes. Okay, he's got 23 overall. Really impressive stuff. Now, Gasparini's side have actually been really good on the defensive end as well this season. They've allowed 31 league goals. That's fewer than any team outside the top 4. So they've actually got a better defensive record than Lazio and Milan. Pretty impressive. Hellas Verona, on the other hand, not so good for them. They're down to 19th. Only bottom side Benevento have conceded more than their 56. That means that at the moment Verona are conceding 2 goals a game.
Wow.
Atalanta, on the other hand, up to 7th. They're still 6 points behind Milan, who are in 6th place in the Europa League spots. Frankly, it's been an amazing managerial performance to keep them competitive, despite the loss of Andrea Conti last summer, Roberto Gagliardini, Franck Kessié. Really, really impressive. They continue to.
Off.
Well, yeah, he is. He's off this summer, and frankly, the fact that they continue to play very effective football and really attractive to watch football is really to the manager's credit. It's just a pity that their fans are cocks.
Testament to their youth setup, isn't it? Which is brilliant, and in one of our 10s to do with the best youth systems.
Don't know.
So go and watch that. Go and find it. Let me know what the exact title is. Our final loser comes from Adel Khalifa 2001, and he's put Atletico Madrid in there. Pato, what happened to the mattress men?
Yeah, they lost to Villarreal at the death. They're now 11 points off Barcelona, and whatever tiny hopes they had of a second La Liga title in a few years are definitely dead.
The spring's gone from their step. Do you get it? Spring.
Mattress. Right, I get it.
Vintage. Sorry for interrupting.
Antoine Griezmann scored again in this game, got a penalty on the 20th minute. Now, La Liga players with the most goals scored in 2018 it goes Cristiano Ronaldo. He's got 17 in all comps. Antoine Griezmann, 16, level with Lionel Messi. But in the end, the guy who changed the match was Enes Ünal, who's a former City player. Came off the bench in the 74th minute, scored twice despite only having 9 touches of the ball during his short stint on the pitch. And frankly, it was a deserved result. The Yellow Submarines, 62% possession, 17 shots, 5 on target, while Atleti had just 5 overall and 2 on target. That's including the penalty. And Diego Costa had the kind of game that Diego Costa has every now and then. 0 shots, created only 1 chance, and got booked. It's a very Diego Costa performance.
Yeah, and I think Vitolo got sent off to add insult to injury for a bit of argy-bargy.
Very Simeone thing to happen.
Argy-bargy, get it? Didn't mean that. That's what happens when Van Straten's back in. Juices flowing. Anyway, Villarreal now firmly in a European spot thanks to this result. So it was a very important game for the Yellow Submarine, and 21-year-old Rodri and future Atletico Madrid player ran the show, which was pretty impressive given the calibre of opponent he was facing. This is a player we covered on Scout Report way back when. I believe you said that Liverpool should pick him up and play him as a DM, and he displayed why we rate him so highly in this game. He attempted 102 passes on the night, completing 93. By half-time, he'd completed 30 more passes than any Atletico player. Now, to be running a game in this fashion against the likes of Koke, against the likes of Gabi, is pretty impressive. And when you've got someone who can play in and amongst that ferocious Atletico Madrid counter press, then you know you've got a pretty decent prospect on your hands. So no doubt, a little bit bittersweet there for Simeone. The player who sort of picked them apart is joining them next season. But yes, both goals for Villarreal were assisted by centre-backs as a result of poor defending from set pieces by Atletico Madrid. Now, they have the second meanest defence in Europe this season, level with Porto on 14 goals conceded. So not something we associate with them. Just a bad day at the office, it would seem, but ultimately probably means they're at the title race, like you said. So
were they ever in it?
No, just something we were pushing weeks ago. So that's that, ERU, for another week, guys. Thank you very much for participating on Twitter. We had over 120 submissions this week. Keep them coming next week. Patrick Van Straten, what else is on? FD, 90+1, FDFC.
Our most recent 90+1 facts video is Sergio Aguero. So head over to that if you want to hear Kieran get all misty-eyed over the Argentinian, as you know he will as a City fan. And stay right here on Euro Football Daily. Check out Stat Wars, which I wasn't on, or Stat Wars from the week before, which I also was not on.
And he's off for another 3 weeks after this. So
yeah, if you're in Sri Lanka, hit me up.
Enjoy this while you can. And make sure you check out the latest non-league vlog on FDFC. James and McCoving back at it. What is it?
Ketamine.